8 rare abilities that show you're aging exceptionally well. Have you ever paused to consider how unique it is to maintain certain abilities past the age of 65? While society often views aging as a time of decline or limitation, the reality can be far more empowering. If you are still able to perform some of the movements and tasks we are about to explore, you are part of a remarkable group of individuals defying the odds. In this video, we'll walk through 8 specific signs that suggest you're aging with exceptional health, strength, and vitality, even if you haven't noticed it yourself. From balance and flexibility to posture and everyday strength, each sign offers a deeper insight into your overall well-being. If you recognize even a few of these traits in yourself, give yourself credit. You're doing far better than most your age. And if not, don't worry. This video can inspire you to work toward those abilities again. Stay with us until the end to learn not just what these rare signs are, but why they matter so deeply for living longer, moving freely, and enjoying life on your own terms. Can you stand on one leg for 10 full seconds without wobbling or reaching for support? It might sound simple, but this single action reveals a lot about your health, more than you might imagine. Balance is one of the first things we begin to lose as we age, and yet it's one of the most essential. It influences everything from how we walk to how likely we are to fall. If you can confidently lift one foot off the ground and stay steady, your brain, muscles, and nervous system are working together beautifully. And that's no small feat. Let's take Noah Bennett, a 76-year-old former postman. After decades on his feet, he figured balance wouldn't be an issue. But during a checkup, his doctor asked him to try standing on one leg. To his surprise, he could barely last 6 seconds. It was a wake-up call. Since then, Noah added simple balance drills into his morning routine. Things like heel-to-toe walking and single-leg stands while brushing his teeth. A month later, he held his balance for 20 seconds. Why does this matter? Because poor balance is one of the strongest predictors of future falls, which are the leading cause of injury in older adults. But more than that, balance reflects coordination, muscle strength, and even cognitive health. Your inner ear, eyes, legs, and brain all work in harmony to keep you upright. If just one of those systems is weak, you feel it instantly. Try this right now. Stand up, lift one foot slightly, and count slowly to 10. If you can do it without leaning or tapping down, you're doing far better than the average person your age. This skill doesn't just protect you from accidents. It allows you to move with confidence. Whether you're stepping off a curb, climbing stairs, or just walking on uneven ground, balance is your secret weapon. The good news: even if you find balance tricky now, it's a skill you can rebuild. Start small, practice daily, use support at first if needed, but gradually challenge yourself. With time, you'll be amazed at how much steadier and stronger you feel. So if you're standing tall and stable on one foot, give yourself credit. You've preserved a powerful and often underrated sign of aging well. And that's worth celebrating. Carrying a bag of groceries may seem like an everyday task, but if you can still do it without feeling strained or winded, you're showing a powerful sign of aging well. It takes more than just arm strength to lift, hold, and carry weight. It's a full-body effort involving your grip, core, shoulders, and even your bones. Let's meet Ruby Lane, a 73-year-old retired librarian. She never thought twice about carrying her shopping bags, until a cashier offered to help her one day. "You sure you got that, ma'am?" he asked. Ruby smiled and replied, "I've been carrying heavier than this my whole life." What the cashier didn't know was that Ruby makes a point to stay strong. She walks daily, practices lightweight lifting at home, and squeezes a stress ball during her favorite TV shows. That's why her muscles, joints, and bones are still supporting her so well. Science backs her up. Research shows that people with strong grip strength and upper body endurance are more likely to live longer, recover faster, and remain independent. Why? Because functional strength you use in daily life, isn't just about lifting weights. It's about carrying groceries, moving furniture, holding a grandchild, or getting a suitcase into the car. As we age, muscle mass naturally declines, a process called sarcopenia. But staying active and doing even simple resistance exercises can slow, stop, or even reverse that loss. If you were able to carry your groceries without needing help or rest, you were showing signs of strong muscle coordination and a resilient skeletal system. Here's a quick test. The next time you unload groceries, pay attention. Are you able to carry multiple bags from the car to the kitchen without needing a break? Do your arms feel stable, your grip secure, and your breathing steady afterward? If yes, you're doing better than many people your age. What's more, this strength contributes to your confidence. It helps you live life on your own terms. No need to wait for someone to help or worry about minor tasks becoming major challenges. You move freely and independently, and that's a rare and beautiful thing. So whether it's groceries, laundry baskets, or a box of books, if you're still able to lift and carry with ease, Take it as a badge of honor. Your body is strong, capable, and defying the odds in the best possible way. Getting down on the floor and standing back up without using your hands might not sound impressive, until you realize how many people your age struggle with it. This seemingly simple act is actually one of the clearest indicators of overall mobility, strength, and coordination. If you can still do this smoothly, your body is working like a well-oiled machine. Your legs, core, balance system, and joints are all functioning in harmony. That's rare, in fact. Studies show that individuals who can rise from the floor without assistance tend to live longer, have fewer falls, and maintain independence well into their later years. Take Lily Morgan, a 72-year-old former dance teacher. One afternoon, while playing with her grandchildren, she sat cross-legged on the floor to build a puzzle. When the game was over, she stood up, no hands, no effort, just like she used to. Her daughter, amazed, said, "Mom, I know people 20 years younger who couldn't do that." What Lily didn't realize was that this ability was more than muscle memory. It was a sign of physical resilience. Why is this movement such a powerful indicator? Because it taps into multiple systems at once. Your core engages to stabilize your torso. Your legs provide the power to lift you. Your joints need flexibility, and your balance needs to keep everything aligned. If any part of that chain is weak, the whole motion becomes difficult, or even impossible. Here's a challenge: try sitting down on the floor and standing back up without using your hands, arms, or knees for support. Can you do it? If so, that's a strong sign that you're aging in a way many only wish they could. Even if this is difficult for you now, don't feel discouraged. Like any movement, it can be improved with practice. Start with gentle core exercises, hip stretches, and controlled squats using a chair or cushion for safety. Over time, your body will adapt, and the motion will become easier. Why does this matter so much? Because real life happens close to the ground. Picking things up, gardening, playing with pets or grandkids, and the confidence of knowing you can get back up, safely and without panic, is priceless. So if you're one of the lucky few who can still rise from the floor unaided, you're not just flexible or strong. You're showing signs of excellent aging, and that's something to take pride in every day. When was the last time you noticed your posture? If you're able to sit tall, walk without hunching, and keep your shoulders back naturally, you're displaying one of the most underrated signs of exceptional aging. Good posture doesn't just make you look younger. It actually reflects how well your spine, muscles, and joints are supporting your body. It's a visible sign that your core is engaged, your back muscles are active, and your bones are holding strong. Take Jack Sullivan, a 75-year-old retired engineer. People often assume he's in his early 60s, not because of his hair or skin, but because he walks with such confidence and ease. His back is straight, his steps are steady, and he holds his head high. Jack credits his daily stretching and occasional yoga classes for helping him maintain his posture. But what he didn't realize is that his upright stance is also helping his lungs, heart, and brain. That's right, posture isn't just about appearance. When your spine is properly aligned, your lungs can fully expand, which improves oxygen flow. Better oxygen means more energy, better focus, and even a stronger immune system. Conversely, poor posture, especially the forward-leaning, senior stoop, compresses the chest cavity, restricts breathing, and contributes to fatigue. Posture also plays a key role in preventing falls. When your shoulders are rounded or your head juts forward, your center of gravity shifts, increasing your risk of losing balance. But when you stand tall, your weight is evenly distributed. Your muscles stay active and your movements are more stable and intentional. Try this simple check: stand with your back against a wall. Can the back of your head, shoulder blades, and hips touch the wall without strain? If so, congratulations. Your posture is solid. Maintaining good posture as you age takes mindfulness and consistent effort. Gentle core workouts, stretching your chest and hip flexors, and being aware of your sitting habits all make a difference. It's not about perfection, but progress. So if you're someone who can still sit upright, walk tall, and move with grace, take it as a sign that your body is aging remarkably well. You're doing more than just looking strong. You're supporting every system inside your body, helping ensure that it functions better for longer. Standing up from a chair may seem like an automatic action, until it's not. If you can still rise from a seated position without using your hands for support, you are showing off a level of physical capability that many people lose with age. This one movement reflects your lower body strength, coordination, balance, and core stability. It's not just about strong thighs. It's about how your whole body works together to support motion, balance, and independence. Meet Grace Rivers, a 71-year-old grandmother of 4. At a recent family dinner, she stood up from the dining chair with ease while her younger cousin needed to push off the table. That moment sparked curiosity. Later, her doctor told her that being able to rise unassisted is a predictor of long-term independence. It's true. Those who can do this effortlessly tend to live more active, injury-free lives. Why? Because rising from a chair engages key muscle groups that are vital for mobility, especially your quadriceps, glutes, and core. As we age, these muscles naturally weaken unless we work to maintain them. When those muscles deteriorate, so does our ability to move freely and safely. Think about how often you perform this motion, getting up from the couch, the toilet, a car seat, or even your bed. If it's becoming harder, that's not just aging, it's a warning sign that your body needs more strength training and mobility work. Here's a challenge. Sit in a standard chair with your feet flat on the floor. Cross your arms over your chest. Now, stand up without using your hands. Can you do it easily? Can you repeat it several times in a row? If yes, that's an encouraging sign that your muscles are supporting you well. The benefits go far beyond convenience. Being able to rise from a chair without assistance reduces your risk of falls, increases your confidence, and helps you stay socially and physically active. You're more likely to go out, run errands, or attend events when you know your body can handle everyday actions without strain. Even if you struggle with this now, progress is within reach. Start with simple sit-to-stand exercises using support if needed. Gradually reduce the assistance as you grow stronger. Incorporate squats, heel raises, and core work to rebuild those essential muscles. So if you're standing up from that chair with no hands, smile. You've held on to a vital life skill. It's one of the clearest signs that your body is still strong, capable, and ready for whatever comes next. Being able to get down on the floor and stand back up without needing help might seem like a small thing, until the moment you can't. This simple ability is one of the strongest indicators of physical resilience, independence, and longevity. When you move from standing to the floor and back up again, your body performs a complex sequence of actions, stabilizing, shifting weight, bending, engaging your core, pushing off, and balancing. It's a full-body symphony. If you can still do this smoothly, you are in a very rare group of seniors with high-functioning mobility. Take Mason Clark, age 78. He enjoys playing on the living room floor with his great-granddaughter. One afternoon, she asked him to help build a block tower. Without thinking, Mason knelt down, sat cross-legged, and later stood up. No assistance, no groaning, no hesitation. His daughter, watching from the couch, said, "Dad, I hope I can still move like that when I'm your age." He simply smiled, unaware that this little movement was a big deal. Why does this matter so much? Because falling is one of the leading causes of injury and hospitalization in older adults. And what makes a fall even more dangerous is the inability to get back up. The strength to rise from the floor is not just about fitness. It can be a lifesaver. If you've ever worried about what would happen if you fell and no one was around, this ability gives peace of mind. It means your legs, hips, core, and coordination are all still working in sync. You have both the strength and the control to move with confidence, not fear. Here's a personal challenge: try sitting down on a carpeted floor. Then, stand back up, without grabbing furniture, using your hands, or needing a boost. If you can do it, even slowly, you're demonstrating strength, flexibility, and body awareness that most people your age have already lost. Even if this feels difficult today, it's not too late. Start by practicing with a chair or sturdy object nearby. Work on hip mobility, knee strength, and core balance. Over time, you'll build the capacity to move freely again. So if you're still able to get down and up from the floor naturally, celebrate it. It means your body hasn't just endured. It has adapted, stayed strong, and remained capable. That's not only rare, it's remarkable. It may sound repetitive, but it's worth emphasizing. Your ability to get up from the ground without any help is one of the most powerful indicators of true independence in later life. This isn't just about muscle, it's about freedom, safety, and confidence. Imagine this: you've dropped something under the couch or decided to sit on the floor to play with a grandchild. These everyday moments suddenly become intimidating if you're not sure you can get back up. That's why being able to rise on your own, without grabbing onto furniture or calling someone over, is so significant. Let's look at Ivy Adams, age 80. She's a retired music teacher who still enjoys gardening and stretching every morning on her yoga mat. One weekend, during a family picnic, she sat on the grass to eat lunch. When it was time to pack up, she stood up with grace. No hands, no help. Her niece whispered, "Ivy, how do you do that?" Ivy laughed and said, "Never stop moving." That's the secret. People who maintain this ability typically stay active, mobile, and engaged. Their muscles haven't atrophied. Their joints remain flexible. Their balance systems still communicate clearly with their brain. This isn't just physical, it's neurological and emotional too. Getting off the ground requires strength in your legs and hips, flexibility in your ankles and knees, coordination to shift weight smoothly, and mental calm. If any part of that equation breaks down, the whole motion becomes a challenge. And with challenge often comes fear. Fear of falling. Fear of being alone and unable to recover. That fear leads many older adults to avoid the floor altogether, which only accelerates decline. So if you're someone who can still sit down and stand up with no hands and no assistance, take that as a major win. You've preserved not just strength, but trust in your own body. You know you can handle yourself, and that's priceless. Try this test at home. Sit cross-legged on a soft surface. Without using your arms or grabbing onto anything, rise to a standing position. If you can do it, even slowly, you're demonstrating an advanced level of mobility. If it's tough, don't be discouraged. Begin small. Use a cushion, try partial movements, strengthen your glutes and thighs. With time, it gets better. Maintaining this skill doesn't just keep you physically capable. It empowers you emotionally. It allows you to live without fear, move without hesitation, and remain truly independent. If your handshake is still firm, or you can easily open a jar, carry a heavy grocery bag, or hold onto a railing with confidence, you're holding on to something far more valuable than you might realize. Your grip strength. Grip strength is one of the most overlooked, but scientifically backed, predictors of overall health and longevity. It's more than just how strong your hands are. It reflects the condition of your entire muscular system, your nervous system's ability to activate muscle, and even the health of your heart. Let's take Leo Brooks, 74, a former mechanic. He doesn't lift weights or go to the gym. But years of working with tools, gardening, and fixing things around the house have kept his hands, and by extension, his body strong. At his annual checkup, his doctor tested his grip with a handheld dynamometer and smiled. "Leo, your grip strength is stronger than some of my patients in their 50s. Why does that matter?" Because research consistently shows that people with stronger grip strength have lower risks of heart disease, fewer complications from illness, and better chances of recovery after surgery. It's also closely tied to independence. If you can open containers, carry bags, and use your hands efficiently, you're far less likely to rely on others for basic tasks. A strong grip also means better coordination and stability. Think about slipping or tripping. Your natural reaction is to grab something. If your grip is weak, you may not catch yourself in time. But with strong hands, you're more likely to stabilize yourself and prevent injury. Here's a test. Pick up a heavy object you use regularly. Maybe a gallon of water, a bag of produce, or a cast iron pan. Hold it for 10-15 seconds. Does it feel manageable? Can you do it without shaking or strain? That's a good sign. Even better, grip strength is one of the easiest things to improve. Hand grippers, resistance balls, carrying groceries with intention, or even wringing out a wet towel can help you build strength over time. So if your hands are still strong and capable, don't take it for granted. It means your body is still functioning at a high level, and you have the tools to stay active and independent. As the old saying goes, strong hands, strong life. And if you're still gripping the world with power, you're re-aging with strength, dignity, and resilience. As we wrap up, take a moment to reflect how many of these rare abilities can you still do. Whether it's standing on one foot, getting up from the floor, or simply carrying your groceries with ease, each one is a small triumph, a sign that your body is aging with strength, grace, and resilience. It's easy to focus on what we've lost over time. But this video is about what you've kept, and what you can still build on. Aging doesn't mean giving up. It means adapting, staying curious, and continuing to challenge yourself in meaningful ways. If you still have many of these abilities, you're part of a truly rare group. Individuals who are not just surviving but thriving. And if there are a few areas you'd like to improve, that's not a setback. It's an opportunity. Your body is capable of growth at any age. With small, consistent actions, you can improve strength, balance, mobility, and confidence. So ask yourself, what's one thing you're proud of? And what's one ability you'd like to reclaim or strengthen this year? Leave a comment and share your thoughts. We'd love to hear your story. Your journey could inspire someone else to keep moving, keep trying, and keep believing in their own potential. Thank you for spending time with us. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating meaningful content for people just like you. Individuals who are aging exceptionally well, one step at a time.